This is a very big topic, of course. So it's difficult to articulate in a few minutes a discussion, but I want to leave some suggestions, some flavors about this. First of all, there is no one technology that don't come from another previous technology. No? If you go on YouTube and you search about self-driving car, you find experiments in 30s. Car with a rail that goes on the highways to be driven without a driver, no? 30s. In Odyssey 2001, you see the artificial intelligence as someone is describing, and the problem of the acceptance of the technologies is a problem ever, because when in European story the water mills were adopted in the Middle Age, in the south of France there were a lot of strikes because the people told that machines throw out jobs in the fields. So nothing is so marvelous. We need to understand what effectively is happening and how to leverage what is happening to have advantages for European industries. Guys that work in the Parliament in Rome told me one day, during an innovation day, we are speaking all about self-driving cars, but if self-driving cars arise, the truck drivers will stop the country with strikes, no? And this is one thought. After 2 seconds, he told, but if I think you cannot open a supermarket and attract engineers and talents. If you attract talents and engineers, you open new supermarkets. That is a very simple recipe to understand which is the next wave that we have in our future. The problem to keep talents, the problem to attract new talents, the problem to give to small and medium enterprises the real opportunity to be part of the next industry, because how now a small and medium enterprise can see is technology adopted from a government, from a public administration, to be leveraged as an American technology is leveraged by the US government and the US institution. How? This is a real problem, for example. What is artificial intelligence? Because many people speak about, but no one explains what is a set of technologies, of future technologies, driven by algorithms. This is the most simple definition that you can give for artificial intelligence. Sorry, but personally I believe, and I am working, as many Europeans, on a natural intelligence, a set of future technologies driven by humans. Because there is not only one way to see the future. Luckily, there are many ways. And who had the courage in the past to challenge the mainstream was the man that changed really the things. If you want one example, Steve Jobs, no? An example that all of us know. So, when I was first time in one of these rooms 3 years ago, I told, I don't think that no one of you is ready to live in a society, in an algorithmic society where an algorithm will decide what is important for you. And this is one of the main challenges that we have. The current artificial intelligence is the end of the past. It's not the beginning of the future, because we are inside a big discontinuity where there are a lot of possibilities to be leader and to be protagonist. This is what European companies, European institutions, European policymakers must look for. Because in these windows of time, 5 to 10 years, we can establish the possibility, the roots of a new industry, technology industry in Europe that will make everything easier. So we will build more supermarket, and the people that lose the job because of the artificial intelligence will find new jobs to cover. Because the problem is not only the industry. The problem is that with the e-commerce now, shops close. And other kind of places without artificial intelligence, for logistic, for things that are not directly connected with the technology will be lost. So it's a huge problem, but it's a huge opportunity to replace the world. And I think I tell these things because I saw in my career, I am old enough to have seen as protagonist also the first digital revolution at the end of the 80s. And at that time, the revolution was really disruptive. This is a cultural change. We are not living in a disruption like in the 80s. In the 80s, in 5 years, in 10 years, disappear entire industries. Think to the traditional photography, think to Kodak, to have a simple example. So I think that we need to see with optimism to this period. We need to be afraid to run and to be competitive, because the only real risk that we have is that if robots will be built in the east and west and not here, we will lose jobs and the other will gain new jobs. And this is the real danger if we don't accelerate everything soon. Thank you.